Ciao amici, sono Ottariano dell'Acqua, sono uno degli attori di tutti i film di Lucio Fulci. Io sono questo zombie qua, con i vermi reali nell'occhio. È un piacere essere qui, vorrei salutare e fare un grande saluto e un bacio alla Dead Court Society. Thank you, ciao.
Rock and roll!
6 o'clock already, it was just in the middle of a dream. I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. But I can't be late, cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish a bet was already made. It's just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, cause that's my fun day. My I don't have to run day. It's just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, cause that's my fun day. It's just another manic Monday.
What?
Here we are again, folks. It's Death Curse Society with another Monday Maniacs for you, coming to you live. I'm Red Crank. I got Zigzag, the Colonel, and C-Phase. What's up, guys?
Crowded in here, man.
Very crowded.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I like it. I like it when we're all here, though.
Yeah,
it's
well,
nice.
I'm not sick of it yet. You know, we just got started with this shit, so.
Make it even
Again,
more
yeah.
crowded with the ritual, but we're not quite there yet.
Yeah. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. We don't need to throw that up just yet.
Not at all.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Not really, but okay.
No.
I saw like the first 5 comments were just woo, woo, woo.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
I love it. I love it.
I need more Steve Austin fans, damn it. What?
What? You know,
What?
why haven't we got a Ric Flair up in here yet?
We have never done that.
We've
You know,
never done it.
I love when people, you know, because I do the woos all over.
Yeah.
And I love when people were, oh, Ric Flair fan? I was like, no, Ric Flair took that from me.
You know why he says to beat the man, you gotta be the man? Well, yes, there's a history there. That's right.
There you go.
Okay.
I was just informed that we do have limited time with one of our members tonight, so we are going to try to get started fairly quick. I do want to say thoughts to L.A. Jesus Christ, Ziggy, you sure you want to go out to L.A. in August?
No, yeah.
It's not like we're gonna storm the castle or anything, you know. I mean,
The castle might not be there by the time.
it'll be gone by then. That's what I'm saying. I don't know yet. I did notice that those plane tickets went from, for me, they got down to like $338, and now they're $422.
Yeah, mine dropped to like $350 for like 8 hours, and like in the same day, I got 2 emails that said, "Hey, your flight's dropped. It's dropped again," and it's back up to where it was.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
missed your window.
Yeah, Crystal Lake
Uh-oh.
Nightmares. We are iffy. We don't know yet. So
Still iffy on that one because I got still got Detroit to deal with.
Yeah.
we got
well, that
we got
you know,
Morgan
that's-
Crypt in September.
the Detroit one too is kind of. I mean, I know we're not working it and stuff, but
Right. That's more of a vacation for
once
me.
we do something here, it's going to be epic. You know, we
Yeah.
actually get an event here. I mean, it'll be packed.
Right.
Be no question, but yeah.
So, Colonel, how are things?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I'll say real quick, to get some more movies on my list. I did finally check out Ugly Stepsister over the weekend,
Me too.
as well as Fear Street Prom Queen.
Mhm.
Yeah, Fear Street
Okay.
Prom Queen, the best of the two, better of the two, in my opinion.
What?
Really?
Ugly Stepsister. They're just the gore was nice, but overall it's just like
Oh, dude, I love the Ugly Stepsister.
Oh,
Just
that's definitely your
the
that's right up your alley,
Norwegian,
dude. That's crank as fuck.
the fucking Norwegian, just sick, dirty humor they put into it is so good, man.
I don't know, dude. It kept putting me to sleep. I was like,
Oh my
come
god, no,
on.
I couldn't look away. I loved it. I loved the flip. I loved the whole thing was good. I mean, that's right now it's sitting pretty on my list.
You want to talk? Here's the thing: we're about to talk about an exorcism movie, which is an overdone genre, in my opinion. But I thought Ugly Stepsister was an interesting way. Like he said, the switch. I thought that was an interesting way to tell that same fucking story that we've heard since we were kids.
I did too. I mean, it's still an interesting idea. It doesn't mean it's a good movie. I mean, there's plenty of movies out there with interesting ideas that just don't pan out.
I don't necessarily know if it was a great movie, but I'm just saying the concept and the way they executed it was definitely that sick, dark humor comes flowing right at you. That's what it's all. I kept getting the Substance vibes, like kind of from it, like that same kind of feeling. You know what I mean? Like,
oh
this
yeah,
is
I mean,
weird, but I like it.
I don't know, but like we just said about exorcism movies, that movie's kind of played out now too. That's been done a million times past few years. Like, obviously I'm exaggerating with a million, but it's been done a few times. I'm like,
Exorcism?
No, just the fashion of like Ugly Stepsister, and you said it yourself, Substance. Like, Substance was a way better body horror movie than this.
Man, well,
I'm sorry, it just wasn't for me.
I see where our year-end wrap-up is going to be.
I'm not comparing the Substance to the Ugly Stepsister by in any means, way, shape, or form, except for it reminded me of some of the vibe, like the disillusion of the stepsister, thinking just she's gonna get there, she's gonna be the princess. You know what I mean? That's the shit that was fucking really good about it. I mean, the gore is all secondary with that one. It's not even that big a deal.
For me, like I said, for me it was primary, but we never didn't review it, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I mean, dude, when she was running down the steps, falling on her face and shit, I was fucking dying laughing watching that shit, dude.
I was dying laughing Hard Rock Zombies too. I'm not saying it was a good fucking movie.
Man, this is better than Hard Rock Zombies.
Well, of course. I'm just saying that's.
Here we go.
I get you. Okay, we don't need to praise fucking this Ugly Stepsister. Yeah.
Lorena says the gore was nice. The Grand Canyon is a hole. The ocean is wet. The Colonel is fuzzy.
And jiggly.
Super fuzzy.
Super fuzzy. Exactly. There we go.
I was, man. I had to change razors and shit halfway through my shave this time around. I went too long.
All right, audience, you have an assignment now. Go watch The Ugly Stepsister and go watch Fear Street Prom Queen and let us know which one is the best.
I had more fun watching Fear Street Prom Queen. It was a very campy, shitty slasher.
Oh.
Speaking of other movies that we've seen recently, while I was waiting for The Ritual to start. No, I'm kidding. I went on a double feature trek to go see The Ritual. And before that, I saw Dangerous Animals, another Shudder original that's coming to Shudder probably in the next couple of weeks. So you probably don't have to see this one in the theaters. But, dude, again, for a movie that this isn't your normal, it's not even, I wouldn't even classify this as a shark movie. Like some people have. This is an interesting take on that kind of movie, though. So
The Predator.
I dug it.
Doing his thing. Well,
so go check it out. Wait for it on Shudder, but it's dude, and the protagonist and the antagonist, damn near excellent on both ends. So
2025, man, the year that a lot of original ideas are making it out to the actual streams and theaters. I'm digging it. Shaping up, baby. It's shaping up.
Well, we said we weren't going to, toil too much into this, but now
here we are.
We're 12 minutes in and we haven't even started talking about anything yet.
At least nobody said fuck you.
I did, but I muted myself kind of in the way I can. But yeah. Well, hey, before we get started with our regular topic of the day, let's get into our members and thank our final girls, our Christy, C-Phase, Lorena, BD, Alex, Robert, and Tyrone, our Crazy Ralphs, Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Morgan Cryptor, Raymond, and the whole damn enchilada pod. And, of course, our camp counselors. Adam, Christy, Luke, Lou, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Chuck Schick,
Sick.
Dave, Carl, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ.
There it is.
If you want to become a member and help support the DCS, we would be great.
If you'd like to become a member of the DCS, all you have to do is go to deathcursesociety.com and you find the tier you like and join up and become one of the rank and file of the Death Curse Society. Crank, isn't that right?
That's right. And also thanks to our associate producer, FaZe. How was your week, FaZe?
It's pretty chill. You know, I had a hard time getting to this movie because I wasn't showing at my theater. I had to drive to the AMC 30 minutes away.
Crank, did you get to walk across the parking lot to go see this?
I did not. I had to go. That's why I went to Oklahoma City to see it.
Wow, I actually had to drive. I had to drive 7 miles to go see this one.
Shit, I went to a regular theater. Like, here we go.
Yeah, but for me, I got one that's a minute and a half away, and then 5 minutes away. I would go to any other time. This time, I had to. Yeah,
I had to drive 45 miles to go see it. So that's why I made a double feature, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, if I'm going to drive an hour, I'm going to kill some time. And, you know,
right, now that we're talking about this, I have a question for you guys. How many showings per day did this movie have in your theater? 3.
3? Yeah.
This theater had 5, but the one closest to me, there was a showing down the road at the 5-minute theater, but it was only at 10:45 every night. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, my early time for this one was 5 p.m. That's why I went. I was like, I'll go.
8 p.m. That's it.
I have a feeling after we review this, we're gonna have wanted to actually have seen Dangerous Animals because that was playing right across the street. But
yeah, that one actually
that
is
was playing same theater. Yeah. I couldn't make a double feature though. Timings did not match up.
Yeah.
It's, like I said, we never even rated the substance. You know what I mean? We never did an actual show on that.
No.
You know, just it's the way it rolls sometimes, folks. We just don't know.
Well, let's get into it. Let's talk about The Ritual, starring Dan Stevens and Al Pacino, based on true events, dropped in theaters this last Friday. Let's just jump right into it. Anticipation for this film. Start with FaZe. Yeah.
FaZe sitting down there.
I really don't know, man. I don't remember seeing trailers for this. If I did, I just in one ear, out the other, you know, like, yep, probably going to be okay at best. And I don't know. Al Pacino is pretty cool. That had it going for it, but that's about it. I was just like, all right, I'm going in to see some Al Pacino and hopefully a decent movie. That's all I got for this one.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Hoo-ah!
I was hoping you did that, actually.
Nice. That's a man.
I was waiting for the right spot.
Right. I was hoping that somebody had done that. Colonel, what about you? Anticipation for this movie at all?
Kind of like FaZe, none. I was just, Al Pacino. That's all I needed. So all right. Honestly, I even forgot it was coming out. Until you guys mentioned it last week. Like, we're reviewing The Ritual. Like, oh shit, really? We are. Totally forgot.
I'm glad you're keeping up with us on here.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Rick says the same thing. None until the other day. Was anticipating it as soon as I heard Al Pacino was in a horror film. Yeah.
That's all about Al Pacino, man.
Yeah.
Al Pacino.
Ziggy, anything other than Al Pacino in a horror film? Is that it?
I don't have to fire there. I mean, I didn't see a trailer. I saw it on our list, and it made me go a couple of weeks ago. What the fuck is? Oh, Al Pacino. Not going to press it, but I just went like, I think we all said the same thing. He just had a kid, so he needs some extra dough. This will put him through college at a nice, Ivy League school somewhere, and boom, it's all done. This one probably got a couple of $1 million, and I wasn't. Honestly, it was like another. Yeah.
Not only did he just have a kid, he's going through a separation too with this woman.
Oh
Correct?
shit! She's running him through the ringer.
Yep. So.
Oh my God.
Yep.
You know what?
Right.
Yeah,
He looked at his bank account and went,
Yeah. Hey, Joseph wants to know: is Al Pacino in this movie?
Hey, fuck you, man!
I didn't know you had
Al.
that one.
Jeez.
Oh, and by the way, there's the Silver Vessel. Said,
Hello.
"Oh, hello. Thought I'd pop in and say hi. Hi, Silver Vessel.
welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, man.
Do you have any thoughts on The Ritual, starring Dan Stevens and
an unknown
who?
actor, Al Pacino.
All right.
That's when we get old and like.
There was a surprise.
Oh, it's
actor in
gonna
this
get
one.
really old tonight, man. You just get used to it. Yeah.
That's exactly why I was 90% confident he was going to have it in here.
Oh, of course.
I didn't even look. But I was pretty confident he was going
I
to
mean,
have that
horse
drop
died
rate.
in the fucking 90s, and we're still beating it.
I haven't said who since I saw that probably way back when
I'm
it was
just
in
fucking with
theaters.
you.
Oh
I'm
man.
just fucking with you.
I have.
It's funny. I mean, I haven't even thought of that shit. You know, whenever you go to the Pacino, it's usually like, Avita. That's okay. You go to the Scarface and everything, and of course you got the hey, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
I don't
Now-
do good Al Pacinos. That's why I had to get a couple of drops in here. So
Right. I'm like these guys. No, there was no anticipation for this movie besides Al Pacino. And I thought, I loved him in, Devil's Advocate. I think that's one of his greatest roles, honestly. Just because he was able to let loose and just let go and had so much fun with that role, So I was hoping, not necessarily for that mirror image in this role, but I was hoping to see a little bit of that in this.
well, he's actually playing a real guy. I mean, this is based on true events, the most covered and documented exorcism in U.S. history.
Yeah.
I wanted to look more into that, and I didn't have the time.
Well, let's get into initial thoughts. And I wrote down the synopsis here so I can read it to you guys. All right. So here's the synopsis for The Ritual. When a mysterious entity possesses a young girl, her mother seeks the help of two Catholic priests, an older, experienced priest and a younger priest struggling with his fate. No, wait. No, I'm sorry. That's The Exorcist. That's The Exorcist. My bad. Hold on. I got it right here. Though he is filled with doubt about the subject, seminary student Michael Kovac becomes the apprentice of Father Lucas, a veteran exorcist, and encounters a terrifying force that causes him to question everything he believes. No, I'm sorry. That's the right. That's the right.
For fuck's sake, Craig.
My bad. Here we go.
That one was actually not that far off. Yeah, that's the sad part.
Here we go. Rumors of demonic possessions at a religious convent prompted. No, that's not it. That's Agnes.
Hey, fuck you, man!
Is this it? Okay, this must be it. Two priests, one experienced and the other struggling with a crisis of faith, must put aside their differences to perform a series of dangerous exorcisms on a possessed young woman. There we go. That's the
That's the one.
That's the one.
That's the one. That's it.
And here's my initial thoughts. If you haven't already figured this out, nothing new in this movie whatsoever that we have not seen in another exorcism movie or the exorcism movie.
How many of you thought he was going to hit the hey, fuck you, man? Right there. I did. I was ready for it. That's why I backed right up. But yeah, he's right.
No, that's biggest issue of this whole movie. It's not a terrible movie, but it's just there are two subgenres that I think we should be done with. And exorcism films and shark movies.
Oh my
And
god.
I think we're done. Because you're not going to top The Exorcist ever. And you're not going to top Jaws ever. So, Ziggy, take it away.
I just think you have to, if you're going to, you really, really got to raise the bar somehow. You have to bring something crazy to it to make it stand out. And not just Al Pacino, okay? It's got, I mean, honestly, he's probably one of the nicer pieces of this whole discussion. He's good. He's really good in this. I thought.
Who? Dan or Pacino?
Pacino.
Okay.
Thought he's fine playing, this different accent, an easier accent than Cuban, and he's good. He's got his eyes. He seems to care, but I mean, it's just so all in with God on it. You know what I mean? That's the part. The story just kind of falls apart here, man. But I mean, we'll get into this whole thing. But man, walking out of here, I was just like, well, yeah. I go, the champ is still undefeated. Is what you're going to walk out with,
Oh yeah,
Colonel.
For one, thanks for stealing my joke that I sent you guys on Saturday. As soon as I walked out of the theater, about that was an easier accent to pull off than a Cuban one.
I didn't do it.
Well,
oh, I know. No, my initial thoughts. I'm gonna go back to my friend last week. I went solo this week, and I was like, I'm glad that only cost 53 fucking cents. It was nothing new. Nothing really all that scary. Honestly, I thought this one was very tame for an exorcism movie. Very fucking tame. And of course, based on true events, 9 times out of 10, that tells you everything you know. It's not going to be a great fucking movie. It just really isn't.
I got a sub question for that later on, but I'll save it for later. But and Colonel, in regards to Ziggy stealing your joke,
Hey, fuck you, man!
there we go. Faze, how about you?
Walking out, I was thankful it was only an hour and 30-something minutes long, like 35, 38. I was thankful that the people behind me finally shut up about halfway into the film, but then they started talking again here and there. There's a lot of talkers. I was also thankful that I didn't pay anything for this film because I had a gift card for my grandma. Thank you, Grandma Faze, for paying for my admission to this film. I didn't hate it, but again, I've seen this before. Multiple times.
Multiple times.
I mean, yeah, it's
Emily
But this one
Rose
had
is a
Al
little bit
Pacino in it.
different.
on and on and on. I mean, yeah, but the same. Just take some of the gags from that and put it in this. It's going to help,
And Al Pacino and one guest actor that excited me, but he only appeared twice. So that was it.
The Better Call Saul guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then wasn't it Ray Romano's wife?
Patrick
Everyone loved
Fabian.
Ray. She was the nun.
No. Well, I don't know, actually. I'm not.
Hey, look who's here. Purple Goth's in the house.
Yeah, Purple Cow's in the house.
What's going on? I hope you're doing all right over there. This film sounds boring, so I probably won't watch it.
See, that, you'd be correct.
Put The Exorcist in.
It is boring.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're a die-hard Pacino fan that needs to see everything, I'll give the full synopsis of whether or not you should watch this at the end. It's not unfair to say at this point.
I think you can leave. I'll say it right now. You can leave this off Pacino's resume. It won't be missed.
It's just weird because he's so fat in it,
He's old.
Oh,
He's fat.
He's 90 years old,
It's
man.
not that bad, dude. Come on.
Compared to what he's been in every single other role he's ever done.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be real here.
He's almost 100. Like, cut him some fucking slack.
He's 90 years old.
Pretty good for his age and being a father and all that. Not
Still
bad.
having babies.
I'm just getting warmed up.
God, that was a terrible Al Pacino.
Told you.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, stick to the drops. Stick to the drops. Thank you.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone, Colonel says.
That's right. Leave me alone.
All right. Let's just get into it. I don't even have notes for any of this, but Act 1, who wants to talk about this? Oh, yeah.
Everybody jump into one.
Don't all raise your hand at once.
I nominate FaZe.
I'm trying to remember how this thing opened exactly. And
We find out that Dan Steven, his mother, I think, had passed.
Brother.
Brother. Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
gee.
That's how much Crank paid attention to this?
Dude, I literally have very little to say about this fucking movie that I haven't already said.
damn. Same, sadly.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
So
Okay. So his brother died, and he's sad about that. Of course, conscience of faith, blah 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 blah. And they choose his parish to perform this exorcism at, to bring this girl in that's having trouble, and yada yada yada. I mean, okay. Again, you could set up every exorcism movie basically the same way. We don't even really get to see much of what the girl is going through in her family life until she gets brought to the parish. So
we don't know shit. Like literally, as the audience, we're like the fucking the priest. Oh, this is happening. What? Like, we have the same setup.
Yeah, his boss comes in and says, "Here, you're doing this. This is your assignment, and you got to go here, and you're going to watch this and just take notes."
I'm just glad they didn't say, "Look, you're having issues. We need to move you out of town quick and get someone else in here." Oh, wait a minute, that's another Catholic problem. Sorry.
That's crazy.
No.
I wish I had a blue button.
True, but
Purple Goth has a bad thought here. Imagine having him crawling on top of you. Yuck.
Yeah, but every pump goes cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Then he's probably
oh my God.
Here's the thing, though. He's absolutely a bottom, so don't even fool yourself, Goth.
True.
So don't even worry about it.
My hip.
If that's how you want to imagine it, Greg.
Yep. Just imagine, Goth. He can be laying there, and all of a sudden you hear it.
Hoo-ah!
And money in the bank.
Right.
And cha-ching.
Comes out like chalk dust.
It's like LeBron coming out for a basketball game.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Lord. All right. Who? Anybody else on Act 1?
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, they tell you, hey, they're coming. They know their choice. You got to take them in. They take her in. She seems like a normal girl. We're introduced to Al Pacino. I kept calling him Friar Tuck as I watched the movie based on this priestly garb. Yeah, that's really about it. Just a little bit of setup. Just, we got to do these exorcisms on this girl. Blah, 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 blah. Like, and literally, that's what it sounded like as I was watching it. Blah, 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 blah.
I've got a question for you guys.
Okay.
This movie is set in 1928.
Oh,
but did this feel like it was in 1928 at all?
Colonel?
Yeah, Colonel, you're the historical reference person here.
I was going to say, well, it took place in Iowa as well. So is there much difference between modern day Iowa and Iowa in 1928?
Damn.
That's a great point.
I would know.
So, I mean, I had my questions watching it. Like 1928, everybody's carrying lanterns. I was like, I'm pretty sure they had flashlights by then, right? I would think, but I didn't do my research.
Sure.
They had an old phone.
Yeah, and they did have one flashlight at the very end, so it was like, okay. No, I mean, it really didn't feel like 1928 to me, but it didn't feel modern either. It was just, I mean, to their credit, the movie pretty much all took place in this one convent. Like, that was it.
Right, like it barely went out. Like it barely even mattered that it took place in 1928, except that it's based off of a supposed exorcism that happened in 1928. That's the only thing.
Sounds like
kind of a wasted opportunity. I love period films, and they just it felt like a wasted opportunity to make a period film, but they just didn't bother to.
I was disappointed they didn't have any flappers coming around because this is like the year before the.
Like right then, yeah.
So
that's what a flapper does.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but.
For the record, batteries were invented in 1800. Now, when battery-operated flashlights, I don't know. I have to, it doesn't.
Well, I mean, cars had headlights, and
yeah, like I said, they had flashlights, but I was like, okay, whatever. Either way, I'm kind of like FaZe. I thought they could have done better take advantage.
But car horns also sounded like "Auga" back then, too.
Right?
Except for Al Pacino's and went "Hoo-ah."
It's not that. You couldn't really get a good sense of the sets because of the odd choice they made to shoot this fucking thing, which we can get into at the end. But I was like, am I having a stroke? what the fuck is going on here, man? How did that make it into the cut? And when it's all, it's all zooming like this, and it's out of focus. I looked into it, but we'll get into it at the end here. But what the fuck, man? What an odd choice for this particular film.
It was out of place, for sure.
I've got nothing. Act 1 was typical.
It's introduction. I listen. Honestly, it sets an okay hook that you can accept. You can be like,
it does.
Okay. It's no surprise what we're in here for. We know. So, okay, here's our path to it. Let us go. And
it sets an okay hook. Exactly. You throw Al Pacino in a movie, I expect more than okay.
Hooah!
Thank you. Anything else on Act 1? No? All right, good. Act 2. Yeah. Typical exorcism shit happens. Yay!
Was
Ziggy,
it
go.
typical though? Because there's like hardly any fucking like supernatural shit going on. Like it was so basic the first couple. I was
net crack.
please,
Net crack.
scare me.
Yeah. Oh, net crack. Oh,
Puke.
eyes. Blinky eyes.
No, see that? Her foot, her toes wiggled.
Oh, did you see
They're
that?
stealing the puke from The Exorcist.
Oh,
No, mommy, make it stop. No, nothing.
No. Honestly, she speaks in Latin. That's like the weirdest thing to them, and she doesn't know Latin. So okay, that's cool, but
Which is so fucking
it's cliche almost.
Exactly.
But you start catching a sense that Al Pacino has done this before and has been doing this for a while for the church. Exorcisms. Which would have made a hell of a lot better story than this was, I think. But we can get into that too at the time. But yeah, we see like the first ritual, the second ritual, the third ritual, and I think the fourth ritual in the second act.
They're all numbered.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go through days.
How many were there total? I didn't remember.
9 days?
I think. 8 or 9.
Yeah.
8 or 9.
Which would have been nice if they stuck at 7 because but
Yeah, lucky number 7. Hellish number 7.
real quick to bring up the talking point.
Oh.
Someone just wants to say hi real quick because I made her sit out last week.
Oh, certainly.
So
Hello.
Sarge!
Hoo-ah.
What?
Why you don't like to do that? Get out of here! Get out!
Let's go down. Say bye to everybody. This is for the twins mainly because they didn't see her last week.
Hi, twins.
Oh.
I think what you meant to say was.
Hooah!
All right, go ahead.
All right. Let's try it one more time for Ziggy.
Hoo-ah!
All right. Now that you busted my eardrum, have fun. Say bye to everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Take care, Sarge.
Sarge, ladies and
There you go.
gentlemen.
We need that more often for movies like this when we're like, just do some shit.
No kidding, right? Like, here's a quick, just a Sarge break.
Yeah.
And the twins.
Now
say
back to your
hello
regularly
back.
scheduled program.
Yep. Twins said
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah,
Intermission.
I think Act 2, I'm going to spoil a little bit. Because whatever. I'm not going to say.
I doubt it's
Really
going
cool
to make a
part.
difference.
You're
Was when
breaking
she
no
hit
hearts.
That one nun up by her head, man, and actually lift her up. That was the most exciting thing that happened in Act 1 or 2. I'm like, and still, it really wasn't anything awesome. Like,
It's kind of the most violent thing, too.
You have the other priest who's grieving his brother or refusing to grieve his brother, so he's not thinking clearly and he's not accepting what this is. He thinks it's a medical problem. He thinks that she's got some marbles loose. He thinks she
that
needs
before.
treatment, and because of this, they don't restrain, I don't know, what's her name? Emily?
Who cares? It doesn't
it
matter.
doesn't matter.
They don't care.
It doesn't
Well,
fucking matter.
She's allowed to walk amongst them and she gets a hold of one of these nuns,
I think it was Emma. I don't know.
yeah, it is Emma. I think it might be.
But there were a lot of names because, like, the demons, I don't know, went by a lot of names and identities. That's where it went really weird for me. But we'll get to that later.
Because if I thought, okay, if they're gonna follow this, but it never does. It's
Right.
demon talking shit is all it is, you know?
That's the problem. There's no follow through in this movie at all. At all. It's so dissatisfying.
Yeah.
He's right.
I have more thoughts about dissatisfying in this movie, but I'm saving it from our. I agree. But I'm saving what I really have to say about that for the score.
For sure.
I'm just going to say I agree.
I have nothing to add for Act 2. Typical shit.
Jesus.
I'm not kidding. I have literally nothing to talk about with this movie because it did not interest me at all. I wasn't necessarily. I was just zoned out. I was paying attention, but it was just kind of like.
Well, the fucked up part is I was paying attention as well, but I was paying attention for like stuff in the background or something. Like there has to be something I'm missing here. Surely they're not playing it this straight fucking forward. No, they did. It was literally what you saw is what you got. And
yeah.
Damn.
I had two other people in the theater with me, some couple that showed up, and they were seated way in the back, so I'm sure the guy got a Hummer at least during the movie. So, but, 20 minutes, 30 minutes before the movie was over, they walk out.
I had a guy walk out too.
Yeah.
About 30 minutes in, he was just like, fuck it. And he never came back.
There were three other people in there. And they were like, what the fuck? When it was over,
Yeah.
I say, counting me, there's probably about 9 people in my theater, which I was surprised, honestly. I don't know if you guys noticed, they even said this movie's unrated. At least on my Regal app. I was like, huh. Talk about misleading. I was like, I might see some shit.
No.
I will say this. It was about the middle of Act 2 that I did realize something about this film. The runtime, I think you already mentioned, was an hour, 38 minutes. And that was the exact same runtime as Dangerous Animals, which I had seen previously. And that thought went through my head through a good majority of Act 2.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. The two movies I chose to see on the same day at a theater were exactly 1 hour and 38 minutes. That might be the most interesting thing I have to say about this movie. Honestly. Anything else on Act 2?
No, I think we covered it all, really.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of the quickest fucking reviews that we've done in a while. This could be a short. Act 3.
There's just nothing shocking.
Don't even need to make a producer's cut. Like it's already produced. Like it's already short enough.
Cut. The producer's cut's only going to be like 3 minutes. It's just got us saying.
I mean, they've been pretty short to begin with lately, but I digress.
Act 3. All right, we finally get to something interesting to talk about. The big climactic finale. Never mind. Faye, you want to start with this one?
Oh God! I mean, what is there to begin with? We do more rituals, The
we're running out of time because
the Dan Stevens character is getting pissed because they're running out of time. She's getting sicker and sicker, and nuns are getting, hurt, or the sisters. I don't know if it's okay to say nuns, and they're.
I don't think
I'm
it's an
sure it
offensive
is.
term.
I imagine it's fine.
You just don't call them penguins, and then you're covered.
Okay, fair enough. But it's moving up to the conclusion. They want to move her to the cellar or whatever the basement of this commune is, and just young priest doesn't agree with old priest, but old priest is stuck to his ways of doing exorcists.
He starts to reveal that he actually ran into this person years and years ago.
Mm-hmm. He exorcised her when she was a kid.
And then walked away from it. They didn't complete the rituals.
Mm-hmm.
And the church walked away and they abandoned her. And she's been
dealing with it ever since. Yada, yada, yada.
Well, she was cured for a while, but then it came back, right?
It appeared so, right.
The demon tricked them.
Yeah.
Right. They didn't really explain that much.
That's what I mean. But then he tells us his history of how he's gone and exorcised many demons through the years, for the church. And now he's come back. It's brought him back to this. So, I mean, on paper, it sounds all great, man. It's all iconic and epic and everything, but it hits like a wet paper bag, man. It's just nothing. It's nothing. I mean, they set it up, the final confrontation, the final ritual. I mean, the demon actually shows up, a robed figure in the dark shadows, and confronts the priest and tells him, "You better stop." You know what I mean? And it could have been such a really epic, creepy ass scene, and it just, again, it's like, what are you doing, man? This is just.
The sad part is they tried to be creepy.
Go and ham it up.
It was too little, too late, and there's nothing we haven't seen 1,000 times.
Exactly.
Already. It was the same shit. Like you said, the demon figure and the stop now, and then like the nun seeing her like walking around. It's like, ooh, yeah.
Oh, the
Staring
fucking
in the
figure in the
mirror.
shadow. That's right. That was weird. They did not show enough of that.
Yeah, just a little bit of stuff like that, just to kind of keep it.
That's the shit they should have been doing during Act 1 and 2 to build up to this climax.
Not 10 when there's 10 minutes left of this damn film. Like,
yeah,
man.
They had to take all the money from their special effects and scare budget and give it to Hooah Al Pacino.
Yeah,
exactly.
And they said, "Hey, we can either get this, we can go and get, like a lower end actor here, somebody decent that, won't cost any money, and we can put our effects and all this stuff back in, and all these scenes we had to cut." And the director was like,
No.
"No, we're going with Pacino.
I want Pacino.
I want to hear him say it on the set."
Hoo-ah!
But here's the thing, man. I mean, I can't say I've necessarily lost a little respect for Pacino because he took this movie. I understand he needs money, especially since some
fucking why not?
some gold diggers scraping
He
him
saved
up the
this
coals or
damn
whatever.
thing.
But I wouldn't say he saved it. I mean, he elevated it slightly, but not much.
Kept
Dude,
it
I'll
from
be
being
honest
bottom of
with
the
you.
barrel.
I love Pacino. His money, like his phoned in was still the best acting in the movie, but he was phoned in. Like he really was not trying that hard.
No,
There wasn't much to try for in that script. I mean, come on.
No, but young Pacino would have acted the shit out of this movie.
Oh, sure. I mean, but he's not young anymore.
I know. But he still should have acted the shit out. He didn't. Oh, yeah, but I don't know, love failure again. Like, all right, Grandpa, let's get to Bob Evans. Let's feed him. It's 4:00, about bedtime.
what was the Russell Crowe? Not the one about the Exorcist, but the one where he plays like that, the Pope's exorcist. That's the one.
Oh fuck!
Not the one that was kind of about the making of the movie The Exorcist. That was another one Russell Crowe did. But Russell Crowe's character in the Pope's Exorcist is far more entertaining.
Oh yeah,
and based on a real person, and that movie is far better about the same kind of shit.
Yeah.
And now, granted, a lot like this movie, it doesn't have a whole lot until the end, but that movie's still way more entertaining. And I think it was because Russell Crowe was given a little bit of have fun with it. Pacino did not have fun with this.
No.
And like you said, phoned it in. But
Yeah.
debate.
There's
Feel free to debate.
I don't have a debate for that.
Yeah, that's a locked case, man. That's solid.
It's just sad. I'm gonna stay on topic, kind of off topic. Even watching like De Niro's newer films, dude, I love you guys. Give it up. Just stop.
I want to see that new Netflix series he's in, that limited series, but I haven't checked it out yet.
I'll give it a shot, but I know his movies, his last few that I've seen, just
The Irishman was all right.
I'm still say he's probably better than Pacino at this point.
The Irishman was all right. A little long.
But
yeah, here we go. Here's a couple of comments. Patricia says, "I'm glad you guys watched it, so we don't have to." You're welcome.
Yeah,
That's what we're here for, Patricia.
Yeah, you're welcome. Purple Goth says this film sounds crap. Won't be seeing it.
You know,
Poop.
I
Hold on.
see
I love saying this though. Hold on. Poop emoji.
poopy mood.
I don't get to say that very often. So, go ahead, Ziggy. Sorry.
Emoji. I mean, some people are probably going to like this because of it's so mild. And I watched a horror movie and it was good. If they're not used to maybe they haven't seen a Fulci or they haven't never seen Halloween or a Friday the 13th. They're new to the game. This could be acceptable. I mean, this is entry level stuff. You could show this to someone.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I totally disagree with you. If you're showing to somebody, let's say they're 11 years old, is there enough action here to entertain them this long to be an introduction to horror? I don't think there is. Like, you're not totally wrong.
Why would you show this to anyone when The Exorcist is right fucking there to show people?
Now, to be fair, it depends. I have not shown any of my kids The Exorcist. I'm like, well, it's one, Sarge's fucking young. But the general, she's like, can I watch it? Can I watch it? Once she's about 13, I'm like, go ahead and watch it. But I can't watch it with you. Because there's one particular scene I'm not watching it.
Okay, I get it.
But like I said, she watched it and was like, that wasn't even scary. That was stupid. I'm like, what? That's the most terrifying film ever made. But then again, first time I seen The Exorcist, I was Sarge's age. I was fucking 8.
Sure.
Like, that movie scared the shit out of me.
Did you give her the history of it, though? How it was making people, like, freak out in theaters and pass out and all,
It's not scary.
Well, no, because it's 50-something years old. So I get that.
I can still see where it could be terrifying. I'm like, wait, I mean, honestly, first time I seen it, The Exorcist, I was 8. Second time I seen it was the 25th anniversary edition when it theaters. So I was 12, 13. I'll be honest, I watched it with her. I was laughing my ass off. It was kind of funny. But yeah.
Well, and also most of the gags were physical. Or I shouldn't call them gags, but the effects were physical. And you're not the Sarge, but the
general, I think is what
general
call her.
Corporal.
So,
I can't remember. Whatever. She, she's been raised on jump scares. So okay, I kind of get that, but if someone were to call me and say, "Hey, I've rented, the Ritual. You want to come over and watch it with me?" No, I do not. Enjoy.
It depends on who asks. Because this movie's so bad, that could lead to better things, man.
I'm not even sure I could. I wouldn't even be in the mood to be Netflix and chilled at that point after watching 20 minutes of this movie.
Shit, at least get a makeout session out of it.
Just call me and say you want to, you want to hoo-ah. And then we'll talk. But
I feel like I want to put something in your body.
Oh my God.
Yep. 20 minutes into the movie, Colonel's leaning over and going, "Hey,
Smell my ass."
where you're going.
Jeez.
Grizzly's got something here. Says, what do nuns and 7-Up have in common? Never had it, never will.
Never had it, never will.
Oh God, that's funny.
7-Up. If you've had Sierra Mist, you've had 7-Up.
There we go. See? Here we go. Purple Goth says, I've seen The Exorcist when I was 6 and I turned out fine. That's relative comment, but, we'll see.
Sarge is
Just kidding.
Scared of that stuff.
Just kidding, Purple Goth. Joshua says, I was 7 when I first saw The Exorcist.
Of course, everyone's not going to show off how young they were when they saw The Exorcist.
No, and that's fine. I mean, like I said, we all turned out all right.
The Exorcist is one of Rick's daughter's favorites. So, yeah, if you said this movie was one of her favorites, I'd say this.
Oh yeah,
you need to check if she's adopted.
I over that. No, I mean, I guess should we wrap up Act 3 though? Because we're already getting on.
Yes,
I've got a comment before we get out of Act 3.
Okay,
just the moment where this film absolutely 100% lost me is where Al Pacino's character started identifying the many demons that is possessing Emma, and one of them was Beelzebub, which is already done, but one of them was fucking Judas from the Bible.
Yeah.
Like, really? That's just silly. That come on now. maybe that's from the story from 1928, but my God, I'm just like, okay, this is just stupid.
I think
Everybody knows Judas is Dracula if you watch Dracula 2000.
right. And I think another one, like the Captain and Tennille or something like that. I can't recall right now, but
No, it's just here's how lame this movie is, guys. For the people watching who are fortunate enough not to see this. So, you know how when you get your final exorcism going takes place, and just the devil, the demons out of there, everything's calm. How lame did you guys think it was when it was just literally black smoke? Just very shitty.
It was stupid.
I was like,
reminded me of Lost.
seriously? See, I never watched Lost, so.
I was warned to never watch that because how bad the ending was.
It was just bad, man. Like, fuck. Like, there's no big final battle, shit, Al Pacino is still being monotone.
Yeah.
And the other priest, don't reading it, he had his his Michael medallion and blah, blah, blah. I was like, lame.
It was so lame.
Finds his faith with vengeance and strength and becomes the pillar of good, restored,
Because he
weapon of God
again.
Huh?
Yeah.
No good.
No.
It just I get it, and it's fine. It ends the story, and obviously it's a it's a happy ending because it's fact. It's a real it's written.
She went on to live the rest of her life or something. I think that's what it said.
Yeah, she lived on happily ever after.
So did the priests.
Yeah, and they went on to do other missions together.
No, I'm sure they were thinking, oh, this has got franchise potential all over it, just like Russell Crowe and the Pope's Exorcist. No, it does not. Unless Al Pacino has another kid in the next 5 years.
Oh shit!
All right,
if he could do something else.
I think we can get through these fairly quick. Writing and direction, lacking. I mean, they were just average.
Yeah,
I would say the only, based on the writing, that makes me feel like this could be actually truly based on real events, is that they just looked at the priest fucking notes that he had to take.
Yeah,
added a little bit of basic ass dialogue. Said, "Here you go." Like they did not venture out from real events. I feel like they really stayed on these real events, followed it step by step, and said, "Here, we're going to make a movie out of this."
Well, they took liberties for sure with some of that supernatural shit that happened. I mean,
yeah, let's be honest. So those liberties were garbage. But you're watching 98% of the movie. Take away the last 10 minutes. It literally felt like, hey, here's what this guy said. Let's fill in the blanks. This is how we're going to make this movie.
At least how these priests documented it too. I mean, you never know just how muddled it is.
It was just in direction. I'm with Zag. It just that quick zooms in and out during conversations was enough to literally take me out of the movie right.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Bad. That's a bad idea.
Terrible, man. That's an exaggerated, but I mean, I was sitting there like, here, listen, if you're going to do that kind of shit, I understand if you're in a war or there's like a alien attack or something going on or shit's blowing up around you and you get some of the shake, that's cool. That's aesthetics. That fits. A conversation between the Colonel and I at a wooden table and the camera switching over and zooming in and going out of focus while you're just having a conversation. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add. It doesn't give you any realism. It looks like unprofessional fucking film work. That's all.
Like I said before we went on the air, it felt like I was filming this movie and I wanted to go zoom in. I zoomed in way too quick. Said, "Oh shit!" and I zoomed back out. That's what it felt like.
Or maybe Al Pacino just didn't show up for rehearsals and just where's my paycheck? All right. You want me to stay in here? No, your mark's on the ground. All right, stop filming. Go.
You know what?
And just does one take and gets the fuck out. And the cameraman's like, God damn it, son of a bitch.
That was the rehearsal, man. And that's all they got. And he was like, fuck this, I'm out of here.
Hoo-ah!
And,
I think that's possible.
and they just used what they had.
Yeah,
Listen,
you get
there's
one take.
There are times when they do long shots, and you can tell, okay, that's on a track or something because it's smooth.
Of course.
This steady cam shit, you know. I'm happy Michael J. Fox is getting work outside of acting, but
Oh
come on,
shit,
man.
dude! Come
Come
on.
on.
Happy birthday to Michael J. Fox. by the
Yes,
way.
happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
buddy. But geez, put the camera down.
Don't you fucking soil the name of
That
Michael
was
J.
pretty
Fox.
evil, brother. My God, that's
You
messed up.
son on his fucking birthday at that. You son
Damn.
of a bitch.
It's the only shaky guy that we know that we can throw it on. I'm sorry.
No.
It was. There were bad moments, and you could tell that they wanted it to look like. I'll just say Hell House LLC, where it looked a little bit like a indie found footage type thing. But that wrong time, wrong movie. No, wrong, sir.
Didn't fit.
All right. So writing and direction, crap. How about casting and acting? I thought Dan Stevens and Al Pacino. Well, Dan Stevens did fine. Nothing crazy about his character, though.
Yeah,
Al Pacino, we already talked about, phoned it in. Everybody else, okay. No standouts. Even the possessed girl.
I had my Better Call Saul cameo.
I've seen cosplayers that could do the possessed girl shit better.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a setup that they do early in the movie where this door opens up and you see her just kind of leap to the top of the wall like a bug or something, and it's like, and then it cuts away. That would have been seeing some. There's nothing like that the rest of the movie.
Yeah. So, anything else to say on casting and acting, guys?
Nope.
Take it away.
Nah.
Nah, I pretty much already said all I had to say about that.
Patrick Fabian, good to see you again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, your guy. Yeah.
Yeah, my guy.
What's that, Al?
Hoo-ah!
Ah.
All right. Before we get into this last point, I want to ask kind of a personal, outside the realm question. Do any of you guys actually believe in exorcisms? Ziggy went to Catholic school, so he may, or may have at one point. Ziggy?
I don't think I've ever really, you know what I mean? I think it's spooky and stuff, you know.
But do you think they're all just fiction? Do you think it's just mental illness that wasn't diagnosed back in the day?
I tend to drift to the schizophrenia, mental illness realm over, you know, yeah. But then again, I'm not gone around to see, oh, this person was speaking in a dialect that's been dead for 900 years. That would be freaky, you know. But I don't see stuff like that. So,
All right, Colonel.
I knew he was going to ask this fucking question, so I'm actually prepared, kind of. I know after seeing The Exorcist, I did. Again, I was 8 years old, so for like years, for whatever reason, in my little kid head, I had to have the blanket covering my heart so I wouldn't get possessed. That's what protected me. So I like always tuck the blanket like real close to the chest.
I remember that.
That is definitely just undiagnosed mental illness. People not knowing any better. I mean, they're saying the rituals are 1,000 years old. Well, 1,000 years ago, people didn't know shit. And so
Leeches solved everything medically.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, oh, you got a headache? Let me drill a hole in your skull right quick.
Right.
You're good.
We'll just alleviate some pressure.
Yeah, just change your leech once every 2 hours, and you'll be good to go. Come back to see me in a week. I mean, come on. During the Black Plague, they put flowers in their fucking mask. The smell is what carrying. Again, people didn't know shit. So I can see where 1,000 years ago, people would have believed in this bullshit. It's just, undiagnosed mental illness.
Yeah. All right, FaZe, I'll get to you in a second, but Paula says, this movie must be bad. Grizzly fell asleep. He's asleep. He's asleep now?
Damn, we put him to sleep.
Our review must not be good either.
If he's asleep now, I was getting ready to ask Grizzly. I'll just ask him anyway. Grizzly, are you going to go see this movie?
We are supposed to compare.
I unbelieve.
unbelieves.
FaZe, what about you? Believer?
No, that's I'm a pagan, and exorcisms are a Christian fantasy thing. So different.
Jesus. Am I the only one that actually does kind of have some kind of belief in this? Old style?
I believe in energy and stuff, but like demons and possession, no, it's a different thing.
Huh. Interesting. I think some are real, but I also think some are misdiagnosed. But you know,
What experience do you have, if any, that would make you think this way?
I don't know. I remember just doing a lot of studying when, like, after I saw The Exorcist when I was a kid, and reading some of the stories way back then that I was able to find in, like, not even my local library. I had to go to, like, the big library and go through we were talking about this the other day, the microfiche, stuff you don't see very much anymore. But
Right.
how about the audience out there who believes in exorcisms and who doesn't? Who believes in demon possession and who doesn't?
No judgments from anybody either.
Yeah, except the pagan down there. He'll judge it.
I don't care what any of y'all believe. You are all free.
I'm kidding. So, all right. Interesting. I didn't think I'd be completely alone on that, but all right.
I mean, I'm open-minded.
All right. This might be rough. Favorite moment, Colonel.
The end credits. No, I'm just.
Damn it.
No.
No, it's still my joke.
I'll think of a favorite moment from the movie. I'm just going to go with she grabbed that nun up by her fucking head, man. And I just thought it was funny that she was wearing that bandage on the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I just kept, at that point, I was so checked out. I just kept watching that actress to see if she had that bandage on. Like, how long are they going to go with this? That's sad. That's my favorite moment. Fucking sad.
All right. Phase.
The moment where Patrick Fabian gets his 2 minutes of fame as a bishop. Better Call Saul guy. Woo! Ziggy.
Al Pacino mailed it in, phoned it in for all but one scene. And that scene was when he was telling the story of meeting Emily the first time and vowing to find her. And he starts crying while telling the story. And it's touching. For 1 second, it's touching. And that was my favorite part.
He probably got his lawyer bill like about the same time he was filming that. Like, oh, God damn it. I got to do another one of these movies.
Yes. An instant message from Al to Crank.
Hey, fuck you, man!
I thought so. Yes. That for me, yeah. That's the best I can do with this.
All right. My favorite moment about this movie was about 3 hours before I watched this movie. I watched another one called Dangerous Animals, which was 10 fucking times better. Yeah. I'm sticking with that. That's not a fucking joke. I'm going with that. I don't have really a favorite moment in this movie because you already mentioned the leaping up against the wall that was in the trailer.
Yeah. Which I never saw. So.
You mentioned the hair getting yanked out. Cool. Yeah. If I have to pick something from this, I guess the vomiting that the demon did was kind of interesting because it wasn't a knockoff of stuff we've seen, but
there's still a lot of puke in it.
Way better.
They tamed it down a little bit, but
and I just really appreciate that they were prepared for it and the cleanliness they had. Get the bucket,
yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, dirty old rusty bucket. It's pretty good for 1928, I guess.
Well, they've seen the Monty Python skit, Mr. Clearso.
Oh Jesus!
Fuck off! I couldn't eat another bite.
But it's only wafer thin.
It's wafer thin.
You guys don't know what we're talking about. Holy shit! Go find Monty Python: The Meaning of Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Final thoughts and ranking, and we got here in 1 hour and 6 minutes with at least 15 minutes of bullshit at the top. So, wow.
Yeah. Well, real quick, we got a few answers to the question we asked.
Okay. Yeah, throw those up.
I like the Purple God's answer. She says, "Nope, I'm a demon."
We knew that.
I believe, yeah, that's no fucking secret.
And Patricia has a pretty good thought. I believe we all have our demons, but she doesn't think she believes in possession.
All right. Patricia and I are on the same page then.
Paula
All right.
also
it's
doesn't think she
it's
believes in it
almost like a
either.
subconscious demon, almost, that kind of thing, not an actual manifested being or entity, so to speak.
Patricia says, I think I was fully disappointed when I went to my friend's baby's baptism. They did an exorcism and nothing happened. Bummer.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
That's
I-
not the
I've
same
always-
thing, I don't think.
I always made the joke that if I ever get baptized, I'm bringing a solid black bath bomb.
Oh my
When I
God.
get dipped, I'm dropping the motherfucker. So when I come back up, it's like,
That's evil.
no,
I would
it's
choose
funny.
like blood red, but that's good too.
Oh,
It's,
Lord.
it's funny in my thoughts. I would never do it. I'm not an asshole. I don't knock people for their beliefs, but it'd be funny.
And that, well,
So
I-
that's just how much I don't want to get the final thoughts and ranking.
Well, we're there. We're there now.
We're
So,
there. Who
it-
wants to start?
I'll wait. I'll wait for you though. Phase.
I'll start.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh man. What do I give a movie like this is the thing. Like it had some star power. I mean, Al Pacino. It's just it had nothing going for it. It was short enough. If it was 2 hours long, I would be pissed. I'd be furious right now with this movie. But it was short. I didn't hate it. I'm gonna go for just a 5. Just a solid, even. This thing's just whatever. Don't rush to see it. I don't know. If you really like exorcism movies, go ahead, catch it on streaming.
there's a niche for this. There's people that this is what they fucking live for. They're going to be okay with it.
Okay,
But that's it. They're just going to be okay with it.
Yeah.
sure.
It's not going to
This isn't one
change
you're
their
gonna-
life.
Yeah, this isn't going to come up where you're going to be like, you know what I need to watch? That I haven't watched in a while.
Yeah, The Ritual. Yeah.
Now, I'll probably come across this movie some point like 3 or 4 years ago, or 3 or 4 years from now, and hopefully will have completely blocked it out of my memory.
Like, oh,
So,
Al Pacino.
and then I'll have like some kind of flashback, like probably jump out a window and fall down a flight of stairs outside of a Washington D.C. Apartment. Anyway. Faze, you said something interesting there. What do you say about a movie like this?
Hey, fuck you, man!
That's what you say. That's what you say. Colonel, go ahead.
Yeah. Again, like I said, it's poor execution. Can't say lazy writing, but not good. Acting was on par, I guess, for what it was. Again, we've seen this movie 100 times. And this is probably the tamest version of the same tale I've seen 100 times. Al Pacino couldn't save it at all. I'm kind of a phase. I wouldn't say I hate this movie, but I'm glad I have that Regal Unlimited Club, and it literally only cost me 53 cents after tax.
Fuck yeah. If it cost me money, I'd be angry
Like,
too.
I enjoyed my popcorn and pop much more than I enjoyed this film. I think I'm going a little too high on the score here, to be honest with you. I'm giving it a 4 just because of Al Pacino. If you want to watch an Al Pacino movie, there's far better for the past 50 years you can watch. BK mentioned earlier, it's one of my favorites as well. This movie made me want to rewatch Dog Day Afternoon because that is one of my favorite Pacino movies, and I haven't seen it in a while. So that'll probably be on
Good
my
call.
work that'll be my homework this week. A little
Here's
bit.
a question.
Rewatch Dog Day Afternoon. Blow the dust off the DVD and throw it in.
Is there a Pacino movie that's worse than this?
No.
Well, there you
I
go.
can't think of any. No.
Pick any.
I don't think there is.
No.
I mean, I've seen Pacino do. I wouldn't say phone it in, but not quite his best work in some movies. But
Sure.
even when it's not his best work, it's still pretty fucking entertaining.
Yeah.
But this
This was not Pacino. I know it's Al Pacino, but it's not Pacino. Like,
yeah. There was no Pacino flair in this at all. All of his other movies have at least some Pacino flair somewhere along the way. And this, he could have been wearing a mask and playing through the mask, and you would have gotten everything you needed. It would have been the same fucking role. So, no, I don't think there is a worse.
This guy's got a monster resume.
A hell of an IMDb, yeah.
Yeah.
Ziggy, what about you? Final thoughts?
Just, another tomato can versus The Champion, The Exorcist, and shit. All the ring assistants for The Exorcist, that go behind that, that we talked about. Some of those, like Russell Crowe exorcism movies, Emily Rose, different ones like that, all crush this, So this is, I don't know, man. It's just, I think they got a chance to get Al Pacino. Get the fuck out of here. He said yes. Fuck, we got to get that money now. So yeah, Faze, can you look the budget up on this while we're sitting here?
I did, and it said 70 grand, but that can't be right.
70? No,
70 grand.
Exactly. So I can't find an actual number on that.
Okay.
That's probably the box office numbers after the.
At box office around 500 grand. Last I checked, but let me double check that.
Now, here's another question I had watching this movie. Why would they release this movie in June during the summer blockbusters? Granted, it's not like a whole lot came out this week. I think maybe Ballerina, Mission Impossible came out last week.
Dangerous Animals came out.
Yeah,
Dangerous Animals, but still, wouldn't this would have made more sense to release in January?
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I would not. That's giving this movie a death kiss, which is releasing it in June. It's just too much competition for it.
It made 495,000, which is abysmal for any movie, no matter what the budget was. I mean,
that didn't
which
cover,
I don't know.
That didn't even cover Pacino's nut, man.
No,
just looking at, you pulled up his IMDb. I pulled up a list too for him. Just looking at some of his movies are some of my fucking favorites of like all fucking time, and even some of his shitty movies like City Hall with John Cusack. I fucking love that movie. It's a slow burn, but I fucking love that movie.
Serpico is one of my favorites.
Another one is The Insider with Russell Crowe, ironically, but I fucking love that movie about the whistleblower for the tobacco industry. Fascinating story.
And Scent of a Woman.
Hooah!
There you go. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, just looking through these, I mean, I would rather sit through a 24-hour marathon of Godfather Part 3 than ever watch this movie again. Honestly.
Michael Corleone.
Frankie and Johnny. There's another one. Him and Michelle Pfeiffer, based on a kick-ass stage play from back in the day. So,
Well,
Frankie
when you
and
have
Johnny
a kid,
declared.
have a kid in your late 80s or early 90s, you get The Ritual.
Did you score it, Ziggy?
I didn't.
Oh, sorry.
I was so rudely interrupted, but it's okay. I do enough interrupting, so it's fine. I can accept a couple back at me.
And by the way, no, I'm just kidding.
No.
It's funny. You guys are kind of where I was at, I mean, with this. It's not, there are worse things to watch, as always, but, this isn't something I would ever go to a theater to see. This is something I would be like, Shudder. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Netflix. Maybe. Because you can turn it off after you realize it sucks.
Yeah.
Al Pacino. Yeah, he did it. And like, again, he has a couple of moments, but most of it's absolutely forgettable. You will not be thinking about this movie ever again once you watch it.
No.
It's a 4. It's a 4. Yeah.
Yep. Same. I have nothing to add. 4. So
4.
4, 4, 4, 5. God damn.
See, now I'm just thinking about a local attorney. He's like, "You want more? Call 4." And his phone number's literally 444-4444. Call Blake Maisley. One of those ambulance.
It worked.
It
That's
does.
an average of 4.25 or 4.25. So just more fours for you.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yes.
All right.
Al, we're saying it, buddy, to you.
Hey, fuck you, man!
I would never say "fuck you" to the legendary Al Pacino. I would just say, "Stick with blowjobs, buddy."
Joshua says
Don't give
5 for ritual, 10 for dangerous animals.
Look at this.
I wouldn't go so far as a 10 on Dangerous Animals, but I think I gave it a 7 in my list. Yeah, I gave it a 7, but still, it far better than The Ritual.
Yeah, fuck, man. And Rick asked from the whole damn enchilada pod, for those that have seen both, which was better, this or Dangerous Animals? I have not
Well.
seen Dangerous Animals. I cannot answer this debate.
Joshua mentioned it just a minute ago. He says Dangerous Animals. I say Dangerous Animals. I think this review is more of a commercial for that movie.
I say "Dangerous Animals," and I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, I know. Same here.
Dude, it's
It
just
has to be.
the opening gets you. I mean, the opening gets you, and then the rest of the movie, you're just like, what's going to happen next? Ooh, what's going to happen next?
I get anxiety with those in the water movies.
This one's not really in the water too much.
It's not.
No. But if you go back and watch Jaws, neither was Jaws.
Well, there are moments in the water, though. If there's sharks, there has
There
to
are moments, yes, but like, what'd they say? Jaws is like 12 minutes of, actual shark time or something like that.
God,
It's still a lot. I mean,
a lot.
think about it.
That's a decent amount.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
I think that's more screen time than Darth Maul got in the Phantom Menace.
Oh, but kidding me? Quadruple. Oh, poor Maul.
No. He looks so cool when he's so lame.
I know. Same with Grievous. They underused him.
Yeah. Ugh.
Darth
Wasn't
Maul,
there-
he's tainted because of the affiliation. Craig knows what I mean.
I
Ray
don't
Park.
actually
Ray
because
Park.
oh well, fuck, I don't care. I could give two shits right now. I'm in such a bad mood now talking about this fucking movie for an
Yeah,
hour.
yeah,
For
yeah.
an hour, and that's it.
Hour, it's it's
Yeah.
we almost spent as much time as the damn movie.
Less, actually. That was a thought of mine coming out of the theater. It's like, how are we going to talk about this for 2 fucking hours?
There we
That's
go.
what Frank asked me last night.
4 minutes for Jaws.
4. It sure feels like more than that, though. I mean, just kind of like Michael Myers, Jaws has a good presence in his film. Or it? Does Jaws have a gender? Is Jaws canonically a male or female?
His name was Bruce.
His name was
so
Bruce? Well,
That would assume.
okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Jaws was it 3 that was a female shark because she had a baby or something?
I don't remember.
misgender
You guys don't know your fucking Jaws.
No, I
trivia?
don't know my fucking Jaws trivia.
Dude, my Jaws trivia ends after the first one.
Where's that
Same.
Michael when you need him? He's the guy, the Jaws guy.
Oh no shit. Hope
Now,
he's
if you guys
doing
want
all
to
right.
talk some Halloween or Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh man.
You idiots.
God damn it. Anyway, shit, I had something I was gonna say or ask, and then I lost it during all that
Oh shit.
stuff. Anyway, yeah, I got nothing to add on this movie. It's boring, annoyingly so. In fact, can we?
Dump
Can we
that
just-
graphic. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that graphic up there
That's
anymore.
it. That's
Yeah,
it.
get that shit out of here. We don't
Yeah,
need
there's
you
more
know
Get
what?
that
Fine.
shit out of here. Happy
More
Pride
deleted.
Month. How
More
about that?
gone.
Happy
Yeah.
Pride, folks.
Happy Pride Month, folks. Go get your Pride shirt, $5 off over at the DCS shop, deathcursesociety.com or shop.deathcursesociety.com.
Oh man.
I'm really curious what else he's going to ask, though. Because
Damn it, I had something. And then
It'll come back.
What
He
was-
doesn't smoke weed, so
there was some news that came out in the last few days or so, horror wise. That was
Blumhouse
interesting.
acquiring all that shit. Is that it?
What did
I
they
was
get?
reading that.
They
What
got
do they
Saw
get?
now.
They got
Oh,
Saw.
Jesus Christ.
Now hold up. Here's what I think might work in their favor: the fact that Blumhouse teamed with Atomic Monster, so
James Wan will be
Wan will
attached.
have guys begin creative for Saw again.
Well, and
Okay.
That's the only thing I'm like, okay, this might work.
also the original writer.
Yeah.
You know, so
Right.
They're going after everything right now, man.
well,
What else did they
But-
get?
somebody is going to get Texas Chainsaw pretty soon because
Yeah,
that's going into some bidding war right
Is it?
now.
Oh,
Osgood
boy.
Perkins is in on it.
Osgood's trying to get a producer slot on it. Jordan Peele,
Yes.
Hmm.
the guy from that big hillbilly or not hillbilly, but Texas show, Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah.
Um,
It's going to get done. It's going to happen again. It's a brand new relicensing of your favorite chainsaw wielding maniac.
Oh, yeah.
and then Blumhouse will probably try to horn in on that too.
Yeah, we'll see.
Dude,
They got the money, man.
They're going to get Friday the 13th, man. There's nothing we can do about it.
Don't say it.
It's just brace yourselves, folks. It's going to happen.
Don't you jinx it, you bastard.
Hopefully, I'll may throw some of that poker luck I've been having lately. Oh, this is back on a fucking iceberg again, baby.
Oh, good.
Great.
Yep, but
I can actually talk sports. Go Thunder. All right, that's enough.
Yeah, finally
Okay.
you got a chance. Finally.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's how I don't really watch basketball, but my understanding they didn't do too well in game one.
Game one, they phoned in, yeah, for sure. Almost as bad as Al Pacino did.
Yeah, I was about to say.
it was so funny because everybody, all the pregame show picked, oh yeah, OKC in 4 or 5 games, and then Pacers come out and stomp the shit out of
They
them.
can still win in 5.
Well, we had the lead up until like the fourth quarter, and then we just gave it away.
So did the Knicks, dude. Like, so did the, you know what I'm saying? Every game that idiot goes off, man. The guy the Pistons passed on.
Yeah. And then,
We're talking sports. Wow.
I
yeah,
know.
that's all I had, though. That's all.
OKC. We'll give it to him. Craig never gives it. I'll give
I
it
know
to
he
him.
never gets it. Let him have it.
Go Thunder. Woo! Or
Woo.
that's not how they do it. Thunder up. Woo!
Thunder
That's it. Yeah. I don't know.
Go Seattle Supersonics.
All I know is
was thinking the same thing. Sean Kemp, baby.
Sean Kemp.
all I know is my next karaoke show is going to be delayed because I have to wait until the end of the Thunder game to be able to start. So
Well,
Fair.
I hope they win so people are in a good mood for you.
I don't care if they do or
I know
not.
you-
It's a good time. It's a good atmosphere if the team's rocking. Uh-oh.
I'll switch
Elvira, do we finally have an appearance after all these months?
Yeah, why don't we show off Elvira's butthole for a few minutes?
No, I'm
Oh,
good.
it doesn't necessarily have to be the motherfucking.
Let's see the star, Colonel. Throw it up there.
No, I don't want to.
He's like, no, I'm not going to do it. No.
No.
Oh, I missed you, Elvira. I hope
There's
you
only
do
one
well.
asshole on the screen. I don't need 2.
That's fair.
I see 4, but I mean,
Oh God, that's true. But
I need
you
to
know.
clean my glasses on. Maybe that's it. Yeah. Anything else that we need to talk about?
And
Well, we can hype up next week, I guess.
Go ahead. Hype up next week.
Next week, I'm not looking forward to doing the graphics for this, but we are doing a top 10
Yeah.
of a something we kind of did recently. We talked about legacy sequels we'd like to see. Now we're going to be talking about our top 10 legacy sequels of all time, but we're sticking with horror, right?
I think so, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if we
Are
want
there
to talk...
10 good ones?
No, but
You can still rank them, I guess. Do we really have to do 10, though?
they're there. Why is it got to be 10, though? Yeah.
Can you come up with 10, Craig?
I think I can.
I've had like 30 on my list. I
Oh,
think,
for
probably.
fuck. Of course you do. Well, then,
But-
all right. That'll
All
work.
right,
then.
Back to the. You got to go
I'll
have to go
get
back.
10 out of it. I can get 10.
I have 16,
All right, we could work it.
and I haven't
Yes,
even really...
folks.
I built that list like 3 weeks ago and haven't messed with it since. So
So you guys over in the comments, make sure you get your list ready. It doesn't have to be 10 films. Doesn't have to be 5. It could be 3. It could be 1. Just any horror legacy sequel that you really liked. Your favorites, your top. Just come and discuss with us.
Yeah. I think it'll be a semi-interesting topic. More interesting than the fucking ritual.
Oh my fucking god! I mean, the bar is impossibly low for that.
That's what we're going to sit here and we're going to rewrite the ritual, the proper way to do it. And my version, it's Al Pacino for an hour and 38 minutes going.
Hoo-ah!
That's it.
And then at the end credits.
Yes, at the end, after he collects all the money and all the ticket sales, counts it up, and it comes on the screen.
Hey, fuck you, man!
That
I
sounds
would
great.
make more money with that they're going to make off of this.
That sounds great. Let's take when the ritual comes out. Let's rip a version of it and then replace all of Al Pacino's dialogue with just hoo-ah and fuck
Guy
you, man.
reacts to it.
And that's it.
And we just have the credits there, then that, and then the end. Hey, fuck you, man! And then the credits roll again.
That's it.
Oh yeah, Rick reminds me here. You guys know what this upcoming Friday is?
We do.
Friday 13th.
Friday the 13th, and of course
Hey,
on
let's have
Thursday
a- Oh, wait a minute.
they're going to be celebrating by doing a top 13 male characters in the Friday the 13th series. That's pretty cool.
All right.
That's fun.
Series where the women usually get the star, the front and center. This, everybody loves the women, so giving the men some love this time. Why not?
Paula, how long are you and the fam down in Australia?
Yeah, how's
Hey!
that going?
Oh shit! It's like
Have you
tomorrow.
tried Vegemite yet?
She just smiled and gave me a Vegemite, a sandwich.
I have heard it is awful, but
I don't know. I've always wanted to check out Australia. It seems cool.
They're there now.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what she was saying. Yeah.
I heard everything tries to kill you in Australia.
Till July 2nd? Good
Oh,
God.
Wow. They're there for a while.
Wow.
Nice.
Dude.
They're gonna be.
Dual citizenship.
I don't know. I heard if you're careful, people survive in fucking Australia, for crying out loud. It can't be that bad.
Oh my God.
And yeah, that's what I've heard. Vegemite is gross. What even is it? Like,
I can't remember. A guy at
Like
work,
yeast
his
extract or
daughter
something?
moved to Australia, so he visits his grandson, and he told me what it was because I was legit curious. He's like, "It's gross." I'm like, "Well, I'm never going to try it. I'm never going to be in Australia, but it's nice to know that the 2 people I know who've been in Australia say it's fucking disgusting." That's all I need to know.
oh yeah, it actually is yeast extract, vegetables, spices, salt, and malt extract. Otherwise known as fucking disgusting.
I'll say this, though. I know I haven't mentioned this movie very often, or I don't think at all, but Dangerous Animals takes place in Australia.
Does it?
Really?
I think it's in
Well, it's a
Australia.
good title then, I guess, because they kind of have some dangerous animals.
So.
Spiders.
Nice.
What else was in Australia?
You know
was
what?
that the ugly? No.
No, the Ugly Stepsister was Norwegian.
Norwegian, yeah.
No,
But I know Bring Her Back took place in Australia.
that's it. Bring Her Back was.
Yep.
Hmm.
I just saw something that was Australian.
Yeah,
Talk to me.
Crocodile Dundee was Australian.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to say. Let's go.
Al Pacino.
Let's go. Colonel's got to go anyway.
He's got to go.
I
That's
guess we'll
true.
go on
We
it.
can call it
Hey,
early for.
the
As a
ritual.
Yeah, as a protest to films like this, we're going to end it early tonight.
Yeah. Colonel, you know what? I'm going to let you thank the members.
All right. So
Yeah.
before we get out of here, special thanks to our members, our final girls and guys, Christy, Seaface, Lorena, BD, Alex, Robert, and Tyrone. And also a special shout out to our Crazy Ralphs, Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Morgan Crypt Horror, Raymond, and the whole damn Enchilada podcast. And finally, just another special to our camp counselors. God damn it, this one sucks. This is a long one. But I thank all of you. I just reading it, I'm going to get tongue twisted. I already know it. Adam, Christy, Luke, Lou, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Chuck Schick, Dave, Carl, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ. I know I was going to fuck up on one of them.
Hooah!
Well, we thank you all so much. And if you would like to be a member, feel free to visit our website at deathcrusade.com. Like I said, we've got 3 different tiers. Take your choice. They're all pretty good with me, unlike Ziggy. I appreciate all of you. I'm beating that dead horse. And also, special shout out to our associate producer, C-Phase.
Look at him.
C-Phase. Woo. There you go.
He's all moved in down there.
Nah, our review of this movie zapped our fucking energy.
No kidding.
Purple God says, Purple God.
Damn it. Okay. I love to see you guys. Yes, it was great seeing you. I'm sorry we fought over your comment for a second there.
Wow. London.
That was good.
London.
Yeah. Hope to see you next week, dear.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit. Now we're doing it again.
God.
Fuck, man.
Stop touching shit.
It's my job to touch.
No, I'm talking to me. I'm talking to me. I'm pointing at me.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Good God. What is wrong with us? All right. Send them out, guys. Ziggy.
We got legacy sequels next week. Got to admit, I have to put some thought into this one because there's a lot there. I think if we're doing 10, then not as easy as you might think.
There's one that's debatable, though. We can talk about this afterwards. But some include it, some don't. So we'll talk about it afterwards, though.
Yes.
All right, Colonel.
Yes, The Ritual. Good Lord.
We're so out of it tonight.
Thank goodness that's over. But thanks for joining us. So we can hopefully save you guys about $30-$40 if you go solo. 2 or 3 people are looking at about 80 to 100. Catch a ball game instead. And legacy sequels, yay! Spoiler alert: I will not have Scream 6 on my shit, and probably not Scream 7 when it comes up because fuck that. I have all kinds of arguments with Scream 7, but that's for an discussion for a different day. So, fellas, don't get sick. Don't get sick.
Don't get sick.
Don't get sick. Watch your dick. And before I finish this, I don't know if you guys know this. What's the difference between a finger and a fish? You can't make a finger. You can't make a fish smell like a finger. So, ladies, don't smell like a scoop of seed. Use summer seed.
Damn, bro. That was something.
That's why you got to do the test, man.
Damn. Folks, thank you all for watching. Happy Pride Month.
Yeah.
Matter.
After
Even
that,
outside,
yeah. Happy Pride.
Yeah, happy Pride. Even outside of the month of June, you all matter.
Exactly.
See you all next week when we talk about legacy sequels. Hopefully the Colonel will be here with more of that.
Yes.
And
more fishy fingers.
Crank, go ahead and send him out. I can't top that.
No, thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll see you next week with top 10 legacy sequels or however many you guys can think of. I think it'll be an interesting conversation. So,
all right, Al, you want to leave him with anything?
Hooah!
That's right. Good night, folks. See you next week. Woo! Woo!
Rock and roll! 6 o'clock already, it was just in the middle of a dream.
you motherfucker. Say one more goddamn time.